Sex crimes across the valley are going unreported because people in some communities are apparently afraid to call 911 due to their immigration status.
13 Action News reporter Tom George is at Metro headquarters to explain why police say it is so important to still call for help. Tom.
Well, Tricia and Steve, here at Metro, they've really been making an effort to tell people that your immigration status doesn't matter when it comes to keeping you safe. But despite those assurances, some just don't want to take the risk. It was the scene of a murder, a man found shot in a car. Although people heard shots the night before, no one called for help.
Everybody thinks somebody else is going to call, and then nobody calls.
That frustration prompting Metro to plea especially to the Spanish-speaking community.
We don't care about people's immigration status. You know, that's not really our concern.
It's a perception that for many is very real.
My first intent is not to call the police just because of that fear.
Leo Murrieta grew up in Las Vegas and says many view police as too cozy with immigration.
That the police coordinate with ICE, the police help you and your family get deported.
He says that often means not calling for help even when there's crime happening.
And the fear that the police will come and take your family sometimes outweighs the rest of the community. Safety is all about our families.
But Metro says that's a misconception they have to overcome every day.
They believe that we are part of immigration, that we're going to check their background, their status here in this country, and that could cause them to be deported. That is not true.
They say their partnership with ICE only applies to people already being booked into jail, and if you're pulled over or report a crime, they won't ask your status. But they say not calling will only add a second fear.
How do we know crime is actually happening when they're not calling it in? How do we know there's victims in our community if they're not communicating with us?
He says part of that is ongoing outreach in the community with Spanish-speaking officers, hoping everyone can reach the same goal.
We want to catch anybody who's victimizing our community regardless of their status.
Now, another thing that Metro does if you are concerned about your immigration status is they do have officers available to meet you at the Mexican consulate if you're more comfortable discussing crimes there. Tom George, 13 Action News.